What is up, everybody? It is MasterOv here. Welcome to Switch 2 launch day. Congratulations if you picked up your Switch 2 today. I got my Switch 2 today down at the store and actually got another one sent through the post for my daughter so that we can play together. Today, I'm going to be unboxing everything. So we're going to be unboxing this one. We're also going to be unboxing a Pro controller, and then we're going to just be setting it up together and seeing what it's like for setup. We're then going to jump into the welcome pack. We're going to jump into Mario Kart, and we're going to play loads of games, loads of videos coming out this weekend. Hit the like button if you're excited for that. Subscribe, turn on those notification bells. I have been so hyped about this. It's been quite a while since a big console launch. The last one was actually for this here, the PS5 Pro, but it wasn't really, like, no one was really that hyped about it. To be honest, I kind of regret getting it, especially now that it's had a price drop and GTA's been delayed. So, this is a proper launch. There were no midnight releases around where I am at the moment, which is really sad. I used to go to all the midnight launches, and yet they seem to have stopped them. So, I picked this one up at the store today. However, one thing that they did say at the store, and mine is the same as well, is a lot of these are actually already opened, which is strange. It's got a little slice in it there, and that's actually opened. I'm going to check if the download code still works for Mario. I'd be absolutely pissed if it doesn't. But yeah, let's get into this. I have got around me as well all my old Switches. So this is actually pretty much all of my Switch stuff from the last generation. I must have bought about 8 Switches in total. A couple of them broke. A couple of them were the upgrades for the OLEDs. I think we got 3 OLEDs. And then Nintendo sent me out this one here, the Splatoon one, which actually doesn't work as well. The USB-C port is totally broken on that. And then we got the Switch Lite. So we've got all the generations here. So we're going to be able to compare them and have a look at all the different ones. So you get this sleeve. Oh, a little bit of ASMR there for you. And this is the inside box. It's the exact same, except it doesn't say that it's got the Mario Kart bundle. I guess this is what you get if you just get the normal one. There's no code or anything inside. So fingers crossed, the code for Mario is in this box. I was just a little bit, when they said that like some of these were open, but it is fine, I was like, that seems a little bit sus, but let's have a look. So, opening this up, we are greeted by the Switch 2 and the new Joy-Cons. Obviously, there's only one color combo, which is a bit of a shame, but this is what everyone's getting. I've not seen any unboxings. I've tried to hide myself away from all the other unboxings. Wow, that actually seems quite big. That actually seems pretty big. So we've got the console in there, and then we've got the Joy-Cons, and this is going to be huge for me because I've got big hands, and the Switch 1, the Joy-Cons were just a little bit too small. Oh, yeah. Oh, that is nice. So they've got like a textured finish. It's kind of like a matte or a sheen on it as well. Apologies for my shakes. If you don't know, I suffer from tremors. That's actually a lot bigger, and this part here as well really protrudes out a lot more. If I just compare it here to, this is my day one Switch, and it's still running absolutely fine. Here's an original Switch Joy-Con. Here's a Switch 2 Joy-Con. You can see they're quite a bit bigger, and especially this part here that protrudes out is a lot bigger than the rail system. You've got a lot bigger buttons, bigger sticks, but they're still the same sticks. I don't think they upgraded them. Sadly, still not a D-pad, still this annoying thing. And then you've got the screen share button. Pretty much the same. This is actually surprising. So the little part of the back here that you use to like unhook it, that's actually pretty big. I wasn't expecting it to be that big, whereas you've only got the little button here on the original Switch. So let's get these out. They feel nice. They feel really good. Nice and clicky. Yeah, really nice and clicky. Sticks feel good. Yeah, good size. I like those. Let's slide the main event out of its packaging here. Oh, yes. It smells good. Nothing to peel off. I know that there is something on there that you're not meant to peel off. Do you remember when they did those folding phones and everyone started peeling off the protection and it like destroyed the phone? I think that's got one of these on top. Comparing it to the Switch 1, wow, that is so much bigger, so much better. And as well, if you turn it on and see the screen size, you can see the screen size on this has huge borders, whereas this one is almost to the edge. Now, obviously, it's not quite as good as the second generation Switch, which had an OLED screen, like this one here, for example. But again, it is a lot bigger. Look at that. That is a lot bigger, a good size screen bigger as well. I really wish they had just put an OLED on this for the price as well. I kind of expected it, but obviously they want me to buy an OLED version of the Switch 2 when they release that in 3 years, and I will do. So I see why they've done that. Okay, here we go. This is going to be the first time I've ever connected this onto here. Ooh, listen to that. That sounds nice. That's really good. So, slightly concerned being magnets. That feels huge. That actually feels massive. And it feels right. That feels really, really good. So, can I pull these off? I'm putting a lot of force in there. No, I mean, I could feel it going, but you just press the button here, and they pop out like that. So that literally puts like a little hammer out. Nice. Okay, yeah, that seems to work well. What else have we got on here? So we've got the game card slot at the top. We've got a auxiliary for headphones, USB-C at the top, which is really nice to see. You've got your vents, your volume buttons, USB-C at the bottom, and then the kickstand. I'm not the biggest fan of that kickstand. I rather have the Switch OLED kickstand, which is like a full piece of metal here, rather than just being this bit, but I don't really use the kickstand that much, so it's not a big problem. I'm just slightly concerned that will break. Yeah, that will... I mean, if you sit on this or whatever and it's out, that is going to bend. That piece of metal, aluminum, whatever it is, that is definitely going to bend. Let's turn this on for the first time then. Switch 2. Let's go. It is starting up. Let's see what else is in the box. Not this. This is an old Joy-Con. I can see Mario Kart World in here, so it's like inside this piece of packaging. And it is, in fact, a download code. I'll have already used this download code. We've then got a manual. And we've also got some bumper cases, I think, for the Joy-Con. So I think this is so that you can do it in mouse mode. So you've got 2 of those for both your controllers. And then you've got a ultra certified HDMI cable that has a shiny sticker and a QR code on it. So HDMI cable, very nice. Underneath all of that, we have got ourselves the controller slip-on for the Joy-Cons. So again, this is the same as they brought with the first one. Pop them in. It doesn't charge, and there's no USB-C type of thing in here. But this feels really nice, and that's like a weird shiny sort of plastic there as well. And they slot in like that. That is really quick. No more sliding, no more faffing about. I like the little Nintendo Switch 2 logo on it as well. And again, that actually feels quite substantial. It's a little bit strange considering it's in a square shape, but it works really well. And then again, to disconnect, it's really easy. Oh, I'm actually starting to really like these magnets. Magnets. What else have we got? So we've got the plug here, which is USB-C to USB-C, so you get a separate plug with the cable, which is nice because on the Switch 1 it was obviously the power brick, which they were a little bit faulty sometimes, so that's quite nice to be able to have them separated. And then this here is the dock. Now this dock is a little bit more substantial than the last dock because it has active cooling in it, so it has a fan basically, and it will allow the games to be upscaled or at least played, some of them at 4K on your TV. If I pop the back off there as well, you can see there's the ports. So we've got HDMI, USB-C in, and an Ethernet. Again, that's really nice. The original Switch didn't have an Ethernet. You had to buy the OLED model. How does this go back on? There we go. A little bit fiddly, a little bit plasticky. Actually, very plasticky. The whole thing is plastic. To the original Switch. So again, this is an original Switch. That's your new one. They've basically stopped it being all square and whatnot, and they've given it a rounded look. Hopefully as well, it won't scratch the consoles when you put them in. I don't even remember that when the original Switch came out. People were scratching their consoles because they couldn't figure out how to put it in here properly. I assume they've sorted that for the Switch 2. Let's also open up this. This is the Switch 2 Pro controller, and here it is in all its glory. Now, the Switch Pro controller was one of my favorite... This feels so nice. Was one of my favorite controllers ever. And this actually tops it. So you've got 2 little buttons back here. So you can assign those to whatever you want. Here is another original Switch controller. And you can see the slight difference to it. I really liked like the clear see-through look. That's very Nintendo-y. With the Nintendo 64 Fantastic Editions as well. You can see my Nintendo 64 Pikachu Edition just here. They did the Fantastics. And if you can see through there, you can actually see like the battery and everything. I really liked that. Seems like they've gone away for it here, and they've gone more of what the Xbox Series Elite controllers look like. Really nice. The buttons are smooth, clicky, really nice and clicky, and it's almost got like a rubbery plastic material on top. A proper D-pad, That's huge. And then the C button. We all love the C button. I can't wait to chat. Right, I'm going to wire this all in. Let's jump on and see what it does. Here we go. So I've just plugged the Switch 2 in. I've got the Switch 2 Joy-Cons on its little controller grip. Interestingly enough, I actually tried to use the original Switch OLED charging cable on it, and it wouldn't work. It didn't power up the dock at all, so you have to use the new one, which is fine. I just had to rewire it all quickly. Let's have a look and see what we've got here then. So we are in Europe. Please read the important information. Nah, we're fine. Let's set up your internet. Okay, so I've hardwired it in. I've put the Ethernet cable in, so it should just work. Here we go, wired connection. Connecting to the internet, and I'm actually intrigued as well. I hope this has better speeds. I ran speed tests and stuff through the other Switch, and it never really did that well. I've got about 400 megabytes download, 300 megabytes upload. System update will now be downloaded. All right, let's go with next. We'll go with the London time zone. You can use your Switch 2 console in a variety of play styles to suit when, where, and how you'd like to play. You can adjust the stand, yeah, we know that. The AC adapter can be connected to the top of the console. That's pretty handy, because that was always an issue. You couldn't charge and play with it on the stand. You can use the accessories that came with the console to change how you hold the Joy-Con 2 controllers. Brilliant. You can play the Switch between different styles whenever you like. Choose your preferred playstyle for now, then continue. We're playing it on the TV, ready to start the update. Let's get whirring. Now, I have heard that there is a fairly big day one update. You had to do it, otherwise you just couldn't use your system. Update complete. Wow, that was really quick and painless. You've got to reconnect the controllers again. You can transfer your data from a Switch console to this Nintendo Switch 2 console. Well, I do have actually one, but I wasn't going to transfer the data. Let's just begin the transfer. If you have a microSD express memory card, please insert it. So yeah, you need an express one for this console. It won't work on the old ones. I don't have one, but the 256 gigabyte of storage should be enough. Sign into your Nintendo account. This is always the fun bit. Okay, let's use the QR code. So with my phone, I'm going to scan the QR code here, and we'll see what that brings up. So that brings up my account here on Nintendo. I'm not going to show it because it just put my password up. I'm going to put the password in. It's asked me, which account would I like to use? Would I like to use my MasterOv one or set up my daughter's one? I'm going to set up my one. It gives me a confirmation code on here, which should, here we go. So now we can put in that code. And please wait. So, I mean, this would be... So now I've just got an email as well confirming that that's all set up. There I am, MasterOv. If you'd like to add me on Switch 2, you're going to find me in Mario Kart World. So, yeah. Move this console and the source Nintendo Switch console close together to receive the data. Ooh, okay. So, here is my old original Switch. So, that's got all my games on it and everything there. And I want to transfer that over. So, I'm just going to put that right there next to the other Switch. Open system settings on the home menu, then select system transfer to Switch. Okay, so on this one. All right, I see. So it's asking me to connect to an AC adapter. I've got the original Switch Nintendo AC adapter there. I plug it in, console battery 100%. Please connect an AC adapter to start the transfer. I mean, it definitely is because it's saying console battery 100%. I've got another adapter over here. That one doesn't work either. Third time's a charm. Let's see if this one is going to work. There we go. Okay, now it's worked. My gosh. And there we go. MasterOv switch to this console. So I must have a dodgy power cable, 2 dodgy power cables there. Start receiving data. Please wait. And yes, there we go. System transfer complete. Software will be downloaded later. The data's been sent. Please wait for your Switch to process. Brilliant. So that should be the last time we need to touch the Switch 1. Setup complete. You can now press the home button to open the home menu. Oh, I like the jingle. That is really satisfying. So this is the new menu. Again, I haven't looked at anything online about this, so this is all new to me. It looks very similar to the Switch 1. It has got some, you know, little bits of flair about it. You can see the games that I've been playing here recently. Mario Kart 8, Hole.io. We're still playing some Hole.io here, and it looks like you can still play all of these games on the Switch 2, which is actually insane. And it's downloading Mario Kart 8 pretty fast. So let's go in here, go into the eShop, and I'm going to show you how to download and install your first game, because I think most people are going to get Mario Kart World with this. Let's see how fast this is. Enter your PIN. By default, entering your PIN by signing your account requires you... Okay, so I don't even know I had a PIN. Let's sign in with a QR code on your smart device. I've got to say, I don't like having to have your phone out and do all of this. I think you should be able to do all of this on the console without having to scan QR codes and go through your phone. So there we go. I've done it on my phone and it's gone through. Let's go. Okay, so we've got down the bottom here, redeem code. We're going to click onto that and I'm going to enter in my code here for Mario Kart. Boom, there we go. Put that in. And Mario Kart World. Okay, so we can redeem it here. So even though the box was open, luckily the code still works absolutely fine. Let's see that pop up here. So please wait. A new virtual game card has been added. This is a virtual game card. I would have rather had the actual card itself. But they're trying to make it feel like you've got a real card with this virtual game card stuff. So there's the difference between Mario Kart World and Mario Kart Deluxe. It definitely looks like a lot more is going on this logo here. 13 minutes remaining on that one, so that's pretty cool. What else have we got here? Let's have a look on the news. So this is probably just going to be Fortnite. It's out now. Fortnite on the Switch 2. Wow, who would have thought? Cyberpunk, pretty cool. Split Fiction. This is the other game I wanted to get and play. I know it's kind of controversial because you do have to buy it and it just teaches you about the Switch 2. $7.99. Oh, I didn't realize it was going to be $7.99. This could take some time. Oh, there we go, thank you. Well, it didn't take any time at all. So there we go. I was about to say like Swindon 2 tour or something there. You don't want a tour of Swindon. Game shares on here as well. Accepting a game share invitation from another user will allow you to play with them. So join, you can do a local user, and then you can play together. So again, that's pretty cool. So on Mario Kart, if someone hasn't bought Mario Kart World, which is bizarre, you could just do that. Oh, we could set up as well this controller. So search for controllers. I'm going to turn this bad boy on. Maybe it doesn't have any battery. I think it's actually completely dead. I'm going to plug it in to the Switch dock itself. It's now got a red light on the top of it. It says paired. There we go. Now I can use this new controller. Oh my god, this feels so nice. This controller feels absolutely lovely. Virtual game cards. So again, I guess this is just all the virtual game cards you own. So yeah, here we go. We've got all our virtual game cards. There's some random games on here. Prison Life Simulator, Jail, Gangster, Escape Games, Scary. System settings, we've got, it looks the exact same, I'm not going to lie. Support, flight mode, screen brightness, Bluetooth audio, that's quite nice to always have. Internet connection, obviously I've got to hide all this. Let's run a quick test and see what download and upload speed are we going to get on the Switch 2. Again, I'm hoping for around the 300 mark. If we get around the 300 mark, success. If we get half of it, I'll be happy. Anything under 50, I'll start to be a little bit disappointed. Like, okay, 187, not too bad. So pretty much 50% of what I expected. We've also got parent controls, accessibility. I will actually use the parent controls quite a bit. I use them on Raven Switch, and they're very handy. Accessibility, data management. So we've got 203 gigabytes of space available, which is good. All about me. Feel free to add me if you want. Controller order. Button settings, so that's your grip buttons, so you can change what your grip buttons do. Controller vibrations, update controllers, update connected controllers. Let's have a look. Do we need to update controllers? Yes, we do. Okay, so we actually do need to update them. And it's going to, I guess, go through each of the 3 controllers that are connected. That's happening pretty quickly as well, to be fair. And they're not connected. They're connected like wirelessly, but they're not plugged in. So that's pretty good that it can do that. I don't think previously it could. I think you had to plug it into the console previously. So let's update those controllers. I'm not sure what the update's for, but we're getting used to having to update controllers and stuff. And now, will we need to update the Pro controller? Yes, we will. Again, because it's plugged in, it's quite a bit quicker. So the wireless does take longer. But there we go. All the controllers are now up to date. Joy-Con mouse controls. To start using mouse controls, put the edge of the Joy-Con where the sync button is down on a flat surface. Should I try it? Let's give it a go. So I'm going to take this controller out, and I need to put this on here, like so. And then I just put it on the table. And there it is. We've got ourselves a mouse. So you can change the sensitivity, update the Switch 2 camera. I didn't buy a Switch 2 camera because you can apparently use any camera on it. So I'm just going to plug in a normal camera. Keyboard, stick controls, Nintendo Switch Pro controller, wired communication. Will come if I... Okay, I'm pretty sure it does that anyway. Fine, audio, display. So we should be outputting in 4K. HDR's on. It's on automatic. It's definitely in 4K. It looks absolutely great. Themes. What themes we got? White or black? Which one do you want? Oh, normally I would go with black because it's like a nighttime version, but I'm just going to stick with white for now. Notifications, sleep mode, and system. It's on its current update. Let's have a look, see if there's anything else I need to do, if there's any updates available. No, we're all up to date. The mouse is surprisingly good. Like, not going to lie. So I'm using the stick to, like, shift here, but then if I want to use the mouse, I can just kind of look around and do that. And then the trigger is perfectly placed to use it as a mouse. So that's pretty nice. There we go. So that's the Switch 2 unboxed, set up, ready to go. We're going to be playing Welcome Tour, Mario Kart World, and then we're slowly going to play all the other games as they release. Let me know any tips, tricks, and little secrets that you know about the Switch 2 and what you want to see content-wise on the channel going forth. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy Switch 2 launch. Peace out.